Tech sales is a great way to advance your career and move forward or whatever whatever it is you're trying to do. I would say there's always a way that you can make time if it's something that you're really serious in.
What do you feel like was like maybe one of the biggest mindset shifts or strategies to approaching your job search where you started having success? How does someone go from making 20K a year working at Best Buy to making 106K a year in tech sales? You're about to find out. So take me back to kind of the start of our journey then. So I know you were working at Best Buy. Why did you want to get into tech sales? And like what kind of made you want to make that pivot?
Yeah, I mean, I would say first of all, one, I knew I could do tech sales. I knew I could be good in that space, tech sales. Just based on like my sales skills overall, I knew that it was something that I could be good at. It was just really a matter of like being able to get my foot in the door, really, and like getting an opportunity to have a chance to get a role in tech sales. And then Nate is the one who originally told me, Nate Stoll was the one who originally told me about you and what you did, and that's what made me like sort of reach out to you for it.
That's cool, man. So did you know him personally then?
Yeah. Me and Nate are really close. We went to college together.
What? You went to college toge Okay, I kind of forgot that throughout this whole process, man. What did he say when you landed your job?
Yeah, he said you made like a huge difference and helped him like with his whole like prospecting.
No, for you. What did he say about your job?
Oh, my job?
Yeah.
Oh, he said, I mean, he said, if you can get the opportunity, you should definitely go for it. Like, because it'd be a really great opportunity, especially since at the time I was working at Best Buy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's crazy. So what about like, because I get it, right? Like we all want to get into tech sales. We want to make good money, but there's a deeper why behind that. So for you, like what is like the really personal why? Was it for your family? Was it the fact that you're about to have your first baby boy for your wife? Like what was that personal why behind wanting to get into tech sales?
Yeah, I think it was kind of a combination of a couple of things. One, definitely the family aspect. I mean, we had, the baby was on the way, bills are piling up, and we just needed some way of, stability, like a little more, stability financially. We
Yeah.
really needed, you know, I mean, even now we're still looking to move pretty soon, so we needed, some help in that area. And we knew that me working part-time and then her at the time not working at all because she was about to go on leave wasn't, definitely wasn't going to be enough to sustain us long term. So we knew that something had to change, and that's what really pushed me into looking into all avenues to really find a job in this space. um
Mhm.
and I just wanted to be at a place where I could really not just like survive, but really like be comfortable and thrive, where we were. um and yeah, I mean, I think this gave me a really great opportunity to do so.
Yeah, man. I mean, not a lot of people get to say they went from 20K working at Best Buy to 100K plus working at one of the fastest growing tech companies out there,
Yeah.
which is just nuts. So praise God for that.
Hmm.
Um, but tell me about because it sounds like your wife was on maternity leave, and I kind of remember this, and she had to go back, and you were like, "Oh crap! Like now I've got to take care of our son throughout the day because she's going to be working." And were you still working part time through this job search?
Yeah, so when she went back, I had decided to pick up a few overnight shifts. So I was working at night and then watching the baby during the day, and then she was out at work during the day. So in between watching the baby during the day, I was just, trying my best to make calls and apply and, work on my outbounding and stuff like that.
What was that like, man? Like on a real, family level, that season, this past season you're coming out of just now, like was it really hard to watch your wife go back to work and you're still on this job search and you guys are adjusting to a new baby? Like what was that actually like for you?
It was very hard. It was very hard. It was like in between, not sleeping a ton because of the baby and me still not having, a stable job, and then her being out all day and us basically not being able to see each other really much at all, other than like a high and by situation. It was really, really hard. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
What advice would you give to someone who's in a similar boat right now? Like their life is just so busy, right? And they know they want to make a move into tech sales, but they feel like they don't have time to do it.
Um, I would say there's always a way that you can make time. If it's something that you're really serious in. I think that tech sales is a great way to advance your career and move forward in whatever it is you're trying to do. But it does take a lot of effort. You have to put in the time. You have to, like you said, you have to do the job to get the job. You have to reach out to, some of these managers and recruiters and stuff like that. So it is work to get there, but it's not impossible to do. I wouldn't say it's this hard, strenuous job to do. It's just you have to find the time and have the mindset and the focus and the wherewithal to do it.
Yeah, if anyone's qualified to say that, you gotta find the time to do it, it's you, man. Just
Yeah.
everything you've been through the past couple months.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You're certainly qualified, Julian, to say that. Okay, and just to kind of get a clearer picture of your entry point into tech, was tech brand new to you and Nate said, "Yo, you gotta get into tech," or had you already been trying to get in on your own?
So I had tried for a little bit. I had a tech job previously, at a different IT company, but I was let go. So that's what kind of led me to going back into Best Buy, and then me quickly realizing, hey, Best Buy is probably not the best, long-term option for me. So let me see if I can, find my way back into tech sales.
Hmm.
Mhm.
There's a pun in there somewhere, Best Buy not being the best
Yeah.
for career growth. I don't know. Okay, I gotcha. So you're trying to do it on your own. What kind of results were you getting when you were just on the job search alone?
Uh, Not much. I mean, I would get, I mean, I was putting out at least 10 plus interview or 10 plus, resumes and applications out a day. But rarely was I getting anything back. Um, and even if I did get anything back, I usually wasn't even getting past like the first round of interviews. So I was just like,
Mm,
well, now what? Like, where am I going? You know what I mean?
yeah, kind of spinning out. What did you do? Did you go on YouTube and search how do I get a job in tech sales? Like, what did you actually do once you realized you were a bit stuck?
No, honestly, I didn't even do that. I was just using my resume. I had my wife who actually works with resumes, like that's like part of her job. So she helped me fix up my resume, and I was just submitting my applications, and then I would reach out to some of the recruiters, usually like via email or stuff like that. But I wasn't
Mm,
always getting a ton of responses. So, but yeah, I didn't really like. I guess I didn't even think about like watching videos on how to get into tech sales and stuff like that. I was just kind of focused on doing it, I guess, the way that I knew how.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So take me to that moment then where you were like, I think I need some help. And you reached out to me. What was that moment?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was kind of at the end of my rope. I was like, I don't really have a ton of other options right here. Like what I'm doing right now isn't working, so I have to do something. And when Nate told me about it, I was like, really, it can't possibly, get any worse. The worst it can get. I mean, like, I'm not getting anywhere right now, so I mean, I have to try something different. So that's what kind of led me to reach out to you.
Hmm. And at that point, you and I started working together. You were still dealing with like being super dad during the day, trying to, work a part-time job, like just busy, man. But you started plugging away at the work. And so as you got into Sword, I'm curious to hear because you did a bit of the job search on your own, then you plugged into Sword. What do you feel like was like maybe one of the biggest mindset shifts or strategies to approaching your job search where you started having success?
Yeah, definitely like the research and the prospecting aspect of applying. And once you apply, it's not just like sitting out the application and then just waiting for somebody to reach out. No, it's sitting out the application and then reaching out to people and looking at their LinkedIn's and looking into the company's values and researching about the company and looking into other people that are in that role at the company and seeing what they say about the company. Really like the prospecting tool of it and like the actual like deep diving research. That's what is really like that was like the really big thing that's like, oh, like I didn't think about that, that's kind of what like shifted my mindset on this whole experience.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. So just taking a much more thorough, detailed approach to the job search.
Yeah.
What was your highest ROI channel, right? Was it email? Was it doing the LinkedIn videos? Like, where did you have the most success landing interviews?
Definitely the LinkedIn, the sending the videos, the LinkedIn videos definitely helped a ton. And like LinkedIn direct messages work pretty well too. I would also get some hits on calls as well, but I would say the most was definitely like the direct videos helped the most.
Gotcha. And break that down just for the listeners who have no idea what we're talking about. Like, what exactly are we talking about?
Yeah, it's just like a really quick intro video, just introducing yourself to whoever it may be. Maybe it's the hiring manager, recruiter, sales manager, whoever. But it really just helps them put like a face to the name, so you're not just a random blank resume, and that doesn't really stand out. Now people know who you are, and now they know what you sound like, know what you look like, and stuff like that. So I think that really helped me stand out in some of my searches.
Yeah, 100%, man. I've got data on this actually. The last role that I was hiring for as an SDR leader, I think we got almost 400 applicants. Three people sent videos. I got like 80 LinkedIn DMs, but only one of those people sent me a video. The other two videos came through email and text. So there's one person in my LinkedIn DMs out of 80, out of almost 400 applicants that sent a video. So by you doing that, like you just set yourself apart big time because not only are you putting a face to a name, but you're also showing them you're not afraid to get on camera and like be an SDR and be scrappy. So yeah, I think that's great. And by the way, if you don't think you have time to make videos, like Julian, you probably had a baby in your arms while you're doing it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. There were times that he'd be asleep literally right next to me and I was just recording a video. So, I mean, there's always a way.
man, dude, just on a dad level, that makes me choke up because I'm so proud of you, man. And your son, like he obviously doesn't know it yet, but just the work you put in, the sacrifices you made to be able to be in this position for your family, man, I'm so proud of you. It's amazing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it was a grind. It was a grind. Yo, quick interruption for you. All of the stuff we're talking about is actually linked below in a free guide. If you look at that link down there, it says school. You can join my school community. There's almost 3,000 people in there, all trying to break into tech sales like you are. But there's also resume templates, job boards, and explanations of what we're talking about. Like, how do you actually call managers? How do you do the job to get the job? So, all of that will be in there. It's totally free to join. Hope it helps. So, let's go to that moment, right? So, you're doing the job search. We finally start making some progress with Rippling, really good company. What was a moment like when they called you or did they email you? Like when did you get your offer and what did it do? How did it make you feel?
Yeah, so when it happened, I had just finished up my interview earlier that day, and then on my way to work, because I was working in the evening, the recruiter actually like she reached out to me and called me and said, "Hey, we're gonna see if we can try to get you, basically through the finish line, really, and see if we can, make this thing official." And then she was basically like, "See if you can, see if you can keep your phone line clear for about another 30 minutes." And then she called me back while I was at work. So I just literally stepped away, and then she told me, "Hey, just want to let you know you got the job. I'll be sending you an offer letter pretty soon." And then that's when it was like, wow, like all the all the work just paid off.
Bro, okay, first of all, tell me when she said, "Hey, we want to try to get you to the finish line." You're driving on the way to work. What's going through your head at that point?
I was like part of me was like is this really happening? Like, yeah, is this really about to happen? Because I was like I'm literally on my way to work, so I was like, that's crazy. And then she had called me back again, and then she was like, yeah, we're gonna make it official, sending you the offer letter. And I was like, Wow. Wow, this is like this is really happening. Then I immediately called the wife and let her know.
Dude, what did she say?
Oh, she was super she was super happy. She said she couldn't be too hyped because the baby was still asleep, but she was really happy.
Any parent out there listening knows the quiet celebrations. Like
Yep.
you can't be too loud. That's amazing. Because did you know at the time too when they offered you that it was over 100K that they're offering you? And what did your wife say to that?
No, I didn't know. Especially not, yeah, I didn't know that that was like the total comp. That was like I guess a really pleasant surprise really when I found that out. I was like, wow, okay, that's like a huge blessing, definitely a huge blessing. And then when I told
What'd your wife
yeah,
say?
when I told my wife,
Yeah.
she was like, what? Like you're gonna be making that much? I was like, yeah, yeah, that's what it says. It's right here. It's in the offer letter. So I was like, man, this is like world changing, really.
Are you sure it's not 10K a month? Like,
Right.
that's that's hilarious, man.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay, technically it is 10K a month, but you know what I mean, 10K a year.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, dude, congrats on that. I mean, I guess what advice would you give to people, like, things to avoid in their job search right now?
Yeah, definitely the just submitting resumes and then just letting it sit and just waiting for some response. That's like the best way to not get a response. Just submitting your resume or submitting an application and then not doing anything afterwards. Then you're basically just a name and a resume amongst, you know, 100 other applicants that are doing the same exact thing. Definitely finding ways to help you stand out is really, really key. But even on top of that, I would say like being consistent, because it's really easy, especially after you get a couple of those automated rejection, you know, emails. It's really easy to say, forget it. I'll just look at somewhere else or look at a different direction. I'd say like being consistent, being on top of it, and yeah, I would say like that really is that's really a huge help too.
Gotcha. And I know we teach this in Sword and it would take hours to explain. But if you were to explain like very simply, if you're not supposed to just send in an application and let it sit, what are you supposed to do? Just in kind of a summary format.
Yeah, I mean, I would say maybe even before you submit your resume, like just do a little bit of research about the company, do some research about the role, and then, you know, look to see if the company's a good fit. And then once you submit your resume, reach out to people, look into their LinkedIn page. Every job that you're applying for has a LinkedIn page. So look at it in their LinkedIn page. Look into some of the people who are going to be working that job with you, or some of the recruiters who you might be contacting you, or maybe even some of the sales managers who might be your future boss, and see, you know, see any ways that you can stand out to them. Just message them and see like, oh, how's the culture like? What's day to day over there? Or if you're reaching out to the recruiters, say, hey, I just applied and just wanted to, you know, give you opportunity to put the face to the name. I'd love the chance to speak with you. Just stuff like that is really easy, and it's a really good way to help you stand out to, you know, let pretty much everybody else know that, hey, oh, this guy isn't just a random name out there. This guy is like, here's where he is, here's what he's doing, this is his application, here's his resume. All right, let's see if I can forward you to this guy who can help you out. So like just little stuff like that is a huge help.
Yeah, 100%, man. I see it all the time and it makes me a little sad, but I'm hoping the people listening to this podcast, they know by now, like y'all, if you are just putting applications in through LinkedIn Easy Apply and that's it, you're going to be trying to get into tech sales for years. Like it just doesn't work anymore. And so, you know, Julian, you did a great job of just learning how to do the job to get the job, right? Like how to get back into Apollo and sequence and do your tasks and reach out to people like you just said. And I think that's ultimately what led to your success because I'm sure Rippling saw that and said, if he's doing that on his job search, how much more is he going to do that when we bring him onto the team?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, game changer. Cool, man. Well, last question I have for you before baby wakes up. Uh, what would you say about how Sword helped you land your job offer?
I would say Sora definitely helped me with like you had just mentioned the sequencing. Like just having that organizational tool, just being able to keep track of, you know, your resumes and your applications that you send out and the people that you're contacting and, you know, prospecting and things like that. So definitely from an organizational standpoint, super helpful. Also, even from like a community standpoint, there's so many people that I've been able to connect with and reach out to and talk to through Sword, that are in the field or or like managers in the field or recruiters in the field. Just, you know, just by being a part of the, you know, the Sword community, I've been able to meet those people and connect with those people, and they've really been able to help me out a lot too. So those two things have really made a huge difference in the search for sure.
Amazing. Amazing, man. Well, thank you for being part of the journey. It was such an honor to be able to help you. And I think I said this so much to where it probably doesn't even mean anything to you anymore, but I'm so proud of you for real. I mean, the whole process, man, going through adjusting to dadhood, supporting your wife while she's out at the full time job, you having a part time job, and doing this job search, bro, like you just put on for your family. And so that reward of this job you just got, well earned. I'm super proud of you. And you put in so much work to get this result. And yeah, man, your family's going to be so set up for success at this company. So congrats, bro.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all your help. Seriously, it made a huge difference.
What a story. As a dad myself, I just so remember being in the newborn phase with your first baby, and it's just crazy. And for Julian to be a present father who's also working part time while his wife is working full time and he's on a full time job search trying to get into tech sales, I'm just really impressed, but I'm also really proud of him. And there's a lot of people that are listening to this podcast right now that are in that same spot. So if that's you, and if you're grinding right now and you're wondering when this job search is going to end, it can end as soon as you're ready to get help. And that was Julian. Julian actually came in from a referral. Nate Stoll, who is a former client of mine who's an AE now at his company, crushing it. And Nate said, hey man, if you want to get into tech, this is the way to do it. Sign up for Jack's program, and boom, Julian came and Julian got what he signed up for. So look, if you're sick of watching the videos, if you're sick of just researching on how to break into tech sales, you can do something about it. And that actually looks like getting help. And there's two ways we can help. There's a free community linked below. I've already talked about that, the resources, everything in there. But for those of you who are really ready to start making real money, Julian 5x'd his income. If you're ready for that, and if you're done doing the job search, if you're exhausted, if you're fed up, or if you don't even know where to start. Some of you are new to tech. You don't even know your left hand from your right. And so I just want to encourage you to look at the other link below. It's a link to meet with my team. What we'll do is we'll look into your background with you. We'll kind of figure out if tech sales really is the right place for you. Once we determine it is, then we'll put together a game plan on how we can actually get you some offers in the next month or two. It is that simple. And look, if you're worried about, well, I just don't have the resources to invest in myself, we have so many different coaching programs where finances aren't even an issue for us. Finances will not be the reason we can't work with someone. We also have a 90-day guarantee. So if you do decide to take that bet on yourself to go work your way into a better future for your family, for your future, all of it, then we will put our words behind our work and we'll help you get a job in 90 days. Otherwise, you actually don't pay us at all. And the other part to that is if you feel like you don't have time, well, Julian just proved to you that that's an excuse. You will make time for what's important. But I do have sympathy on you if you don't have time because you don't know what you're doing. And so you might only have 1-2 hours a day to work on something like this. You need to make the most of that time then. It needs to be efficient time spent. So all that to say, if you're listening to this, it's because you want to break into tech sales. When are you going to stop watching these podcasts? When are you going to stop the YouTube research? When are you going to get out of all the research rabbit holes? When are you actually going to take the steps required for you to make this life change? The invite is open. Click one of the links below and I'll see you in there.